Welcome everybody back in the video. Today it is the last day of the Guild War Tournament, round number 3. Today we are going to be versus Fleet. Again, at this point, this match does not really matter. We are both guaranteed walking out of the Guild War Tournament, right? Whatever happens here, it doesn't really matter because we are already both walking out. So, that is very, very nice to know. But, let's dive right into our first attack. For our first hit, we're going to go ahead and hit Kensalo. Very, very simple. Team number 1, we're going to go ahead and bring Luna. It is going to be our slower Luna just so she can go ahead and tank the Genesis Ras S3. But it shouldn't even matter anyways because we do have Bunny Dom here. Next, it is going to be our good old girl Bunny Dom with Bird Eye, 88 ER. Actually, I may increase that now. Let me go look at that. I did roll a recent ER ring. It's okay. I mean, it's a 19 speed, but it's not really what I wanted, but can't really complain. I'll take it, right? Next is going to be Genesis Ras. Typical build, nothing different here. I will be switching him over to... Actually, let me check again. Okay, yeah, we will be switching him over to the good old Symbol of Unity. So we can go ahead and just one-shot everything, and I have to really worry about anything, right? Mainly with the Setsuka. Next, bond team is going to be Christy. Same old Christy from the last Guild War. We do have our Belian on Prot set. We don't really need Aureus in this situation. We just have Bastion, just because, why not? I mean, let's be honest here. It doesn't really matter what we currently do run here for this, because... Freerit is more than likely going to die in one hit anyways, so therefore, you know, let's just get rid of her, right? And then we do have our Spirit Eye Celine at 274. I don't know if I can actually increase this. Maybe I can, but if I do, it's very, very slim. Let me see. Would it be this one? I guess 6 speed. I mean, does it really matter? Maybe it does. Let's do this, alright? Alright, so we do this, find out. Hopefully we're good. Again, top team should be fine. We should be good, right? Everything looks good in order. Christy's on Bastion. Yes, she is. Alright, let's go ahead and lock in. Surely. And I mean, surely we don't want it. But again, it doesn't really matter. But ideally, we still want to go ahead and 6-0. So let's go ahead and rip the good old S3 on our Bunny Dom. And then we're going to go ahead and rip the good old Soul Burn on the Luna. And then after that, like I said, the match is over. I can Soul Burn S2 for our Genesis Ras on the Basuruka, which more than likely I will be doing that. Maybe, actually. Do I need to? I mean, let's be honest here. Do I really need to? I could, you know. Or I could save this for the other Genesis Ras. Huh. I mean, both of them are perfectly fine, honestly. You know what? Nah, let's just rip S3. I'm just going to hold S2. I could rip it here, but I'm just going to save it for the Genesis Ras revive and just speed that process up. Alright. It is going to be a Elbrus Genesis Ras. Alright, perfectly fine. Doesn't really matter. The S2s are Luna. But, again, we should be fine here. Okay, he missed a crit. Never mind. Never mind. He missed a crit. Alright. Wow, maybe that's big brain, you know. Miss a crit so my Bunny Dom doesn't get the skill, no? Maybe that's big brain. Who would have thought? Huh. Maybe that's smart, you know. Maybe. Who knows? A little spooky now. He will be ripping S3. He does have a free S3. Are we losing anybody here? Maybe Bunny Dom? Actually, we didn't lose anybody. Okay, that's fine by me. Okay, we do this. Let's go ahead and... Honestly, I want to see if I can Soul Burn you. I mean, I do know you're an Elbrus, so boom, we do that. Alright, now we go ahead and hit the S2 on the Basuruka, right? Should do this. It should be perfectly fine. Alright, good. Okay, perfect. Perfect that we slept the mans. Alright, so in this situation, I can go ahead and just rip S1 here. Kill the Basuruka, we get rid of her. We go ahead and rip S3 on our Bunny Dom. And now I see the guild chat blowing up. I think I saw somebody in. Alright, so I think I saw Maz in. Not surprised. Alright, Luna S3 here. Again, we're keeping him asleep. Don't want to touch him at all. Now, I should be able to just Soul Burn S2 Ras into S3. Alright. I don't know if he intentionally set up the defense like this, or not, or he just, you know, missing crit. But that could have went wrong. That could have went horribly wrong. Huh, that's not a bad idea, you know, maybe I go ahead and copy. I don't run 100% crit Ras for this specific reason. Maybe kill their Bunny Dom and Luna? Huh, maybe, okay. Alright, so we see latest scales going, latest scale things here. Now our photogenic is plus 30, we have nothing to worry about here. Now, the free rate is going to go ahead and rip S3 here. Not really going to do anything to us, right, so we're perfectly fine. Alright, there you go. Now let's go ahead and just rip S1 onto Freeman and she should be gone. Do that. Click that. Ah, beautiful, man. If you saw the last Guild War video, you saw what happened in terms of the RNG with my summer photogenic being at plus 27. I lost both of the first hits 50-50. And it could have gone horribly wrong. But, again, luckily, Celine and this comp is just that broken. I don't really have anything to really worry about. Alright? That's just how Celine is. Especially if I have Christy in here as well. Like, free runs already dead. There's not much to really worry about in this specific situation. Alright, now I can go ahead and just rip the S3 here. I might as well rip this for the heals. I can provoke the BBK. I mean, BBK is more likely going to kill the Malign anyways. But yeah, can we kill the latest scales? No, we cannot. Okay, fine by me. Alright, BBK is going to S1 here. It should give her enough CR. Ooh, actually, let me check this. Huh, a little bit nervous here. I think we're fine. So let's go ahead and rip S1 onto latest scales. I thought about sword burning this just to have my Cycle S3 up again, but I think we're fine. We S1 this. Alright, we counter. Alright, so in this situation, I'm going to go ahead and rip S3. Again, I was worried because I have zero confidence. I'm pretty sure my Chrissy is going to provoke this BBK. BBK is going to go ahead and kill. Okay, never mind, we're fine. Alright, that worked out fine. But I'm still a little bit worried here. Still a little bit worried. Let's find out. Alright, so we S1 this. Alright. Yes, it kills that. Exactly what I was worried about. Wait, did I just lose here? Wait, I think I lose here, don't I? Wait, yeah. Wait. Bro, this is like the wait. Bro, what is this? Hold on. I think I lose this because BBK is going to kill my Malign. She's going to grant an extra turn, and then we're in trouble. Oh no. Miss? Bro, oh my god. Holy. Okay, I guess. Bro, that's exactly what that's why I don't like this comp. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, first hit we entered. After our masterclass in the first attack, we are going into the second attack. Had to take a couple hour mental break. You guys want to see that. But let's get right into it. So, we are going to go ahead and fight Moss Man, Lunar. Let's go ahead and lock in. So, top team, we're going to go ahead and bring Ball Sarunka, Carmen, and May Chloe. Again, hey man, I have to lock in now. I already into it, right? So, we have a Boss Runker with Rocket Punch, counter set, HP, and some nice ER. That's really about it. It's Boss Runker pretty straightforward. She is going to be our sole DPS here because Rocket Punch is broken. Common Rose, we do have her S2EE, more damage reduction by 10%. Kind of crazy, right? We do have proc set on her as well with immunity. You don't really need immunity on her, but my HP gear and defense gear are horrendous. And my HP gear is really, really good, so that's where you do see a lot. And then we have May Chloe over here. Typical RTA May Chloe. She should be perfectly fine here. Hopefully, right? But she should be fine because this is not a Gab BBK, so we do know that already. And then bottom team, we'll go ahead and bring our good old Harsetti with Veritas. Gonna be our sole DPS here. We do have Mort, Big Boy Mort here on Aureus. And then we do have a Momo just to basically there to tank the Renock, and that's really about it, to provide heals, and that's pretty much it. Pretty straightforward. Now let's go ahead and lock in. Again, should be easy. The first round, second round is the one's a little bit icky, but hey, I'm nervous already. I'm already into it, right? But again, like I did say, we are guaranteed already walking out of the bracket, but Of course, we want to win because it should make us maybe a better bracket, right? We don't know how the round of 16 is going to be. Let me double check this real quick. Yeah, we don't know how the round 16 is going to work, right? So the bracket placement really does matter, right? Surely whoever places first obviously is going to get a different type of bracket if you were to play second. Right? I'm assuming that's exactly how it should really go. Otherwise, it wouldn't really make any sense if that's the case, right? If it was to basically go the other way around, where like, oh, you rank lower and all that, yada yada yada, but it shouldn't be like that, right? Surely. It shouldn't. But who knows, right? But let's go ahead and continue on. Enough yapping on. So, I am tempted just to like rip S3 here. I mean, is there any reason for me to hold it? I mean, is there any reason? I'm just gonna rip it. Might as well. Because, again, there is no other reason for me to save this. We have BBK coming. We have Beeline coming. And there's a time for me to burn it. I would rather just burn it now. If they even do enough damage to really beat us up. Alright, so let's go ahead and rip S3 into Para. Because, again, once we get rid of Para, it's kind of pretty much over, right? The BBK should not really cause us any problems down the road. Especially since it is going to be a kind of ER BBK. You will see here she is on Hostess. So I'm not really worried so much about, you know, the DPS on this team. Right? So, and there's no lots here. So there's no BBK shenanigans. And there's no injury as well. So, yet again, another thing where it's like, well, you know, maybe it's perfectly fine. Do I want to S3 here or S1? I could S3 here just for the immortality. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's just S3 here, just to give immortality to our boss, Ruka. Doesn't take any damage from the Para, the boss, and the Beeline coming up. Maybe Chloe will take some damage from the Beeline, but, I mean, it's not end of the world here. Let's be honest here. So, yeah, maybe it works out here, right? Alright, boss Ruka, go ahead, S1 the Para, and then she is gone. Yep, that first round is basically over. Now let's just go ahead and beat down this Beeline. Again, boss Ruka. Hopefully you picked her up inside of the recent Mystic Summon. She is just so versatile. Again, I love this character so much. Like, she's so good. And Open Prey, Yuha's going to be the exact same thing, right? Surely, right? The stonks are going to be good on Yuha. We'll see. Yuha's going to be the first MO5 character since Lots. So, the expectations are currently high at the moment in terms of how good they are actually going to be. But we're just going to have to wait and find out because, again, the Tenebria, the Genesis Ras, into Lots. It was a very disgusting MO5s in a row, right? All of them game-breaking. Right? So, like, I can't wait to see what Lots is going to be. Not Lots, what Yuha's going to be, and watch it not even be good. That would be so funny. Watch it not be good. But, we'll see. We'll see, right? The power creep's at a point where it's too good right now, where every character, even if they are mediocre, they're okay at best, right? I think the worst character this year in terms of, not really worst, but like most balanced character was like, what, Hua Young? And look at her now, her stonks went up, right? Arya, her time of her release, she was very, very good. So like, they're pretty good no matter what. It's just how much are they actually going to be used. Right now, Arya's not really being used that much, sadly, right? But honestly, I don't even think it's an Arya problem. I think it's just more of a Bruiser problem. Every time Bruisers just, you know, in terms of RTA, they never really age the best. They sadly don't. And sadly, our girl Arya is a Bruiser. So, you know, it's bound to happen. Look what happened to A-Ravi. She eventually got phased out of the meta. So, we'll see what happens with Arya. I don't think she needs a buff. I think Arya's perfectly fine. But I do think, you know, Bruisers in general need some love, because Bruisers, I mean, let's be honest here. Do you consider Boss Ruka a Bruiser? Anything with 3F and Rocket Punch? Not really. I don't think I consider any of those characters a Bruiser, right? So we are done with the first round. It took some time, but now we are into the second round, which should be fine. Obviously, the goal here is we go ahead and kill the Lots first, right? She is going to be the main problem, but let's go ahead and tag the Renac as well. Can we defense break? We miss. But Fairy Tail is going to be the key here. So, time to be a slow and steady it's gonna be slow and steady, right? This is gonna be a long one. This is gonna be a snoozer. Just saying that now. Because once we kill lots, it is much, much quicker. Right? The Renok is always gonna go to Momo. The Setsuka is always going to go into our Mort. Hopefully our Mort doesn't really die here. He shouldn't really have any problems because, I mean, we have a lot of heals here anyways to begin with. So let's see. Alright, so let's go ahead and just rip S3 on our Momo. Right, she is the one to be protected in this situation. Push S3 on her. There you go. Doesn't really matter about that. I'm going to go ahead and rip S3 on the good old Mort. Since we didn't get feared, there's a potential here that we could actually hit the Renok. If we hit her, it's good. We miss, no surprise. But we proc Immortality already, which is perfect. Because that means we can go ahead and get rid of the lots already. And then at that point, it is pretty much over. Right? It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward at this point. I'm literally just taking turns. Because there is no damage share. And now Mort countered. So now we have a barrier on top of that. Very, very easy. I love this comp quite a bit. There is a safer comp, technically safer, with the FCC Ilov Momo, but I always feel like it's spooky using that comp because some counters can go really, really bad, and you can pretty much lose off of that, right? So this is why I do like this comp a lot more. It's very hard to lose, I feel like, but again, I don't know. I've never really lost with this comp, but looking at the other ones and what I've seen in terms of the recordings, gameplay, and all that, it's a little bit too spooky for me. Right? Knowing me, I'm somehow going to get RNG and I'm going to lose, and then I get salty, and then I get, flamed and all that. Nah. This just feels so much more smoother. Alright? It is slower, but it is what it is. Right? Alright? And at this point, Sasluka is almost dead, and we are going to basically be very, very good. S1 here. Boom. Another miss. Doesn't really matter. Can we defense break? If we can, it'll be over quicker. We missed. Bro, this Setsuka's like 100% dodge at this point. Alright. Close. One more hit and she is gone. 80% fighting spirits. Doesn't really matter whatsoever. Go ahead and rip S2. Alright. Arcetti. And there you go. The match is over. She is going to die to the Fairy Tail proc. But overall, very, very clean round number 2. Again, round number 1, man, oh man. Oh man. I can't say nothing about that, right? But on to the last and final hit. For our last and final hit, we're going to go ahead and hit our boy Volk. Let's go ahead and lock in, right? So, team number 1, we're going to go ahead and bring Yoha, Lot, and Bystander Huayang. Basically, the whole thing what's going to happen here is Frieren is going to push S3, and she's just going to die because of Yoha's passive having Reflect. Right? That's really about how simple this is going to be. Other than that, pretty straightforward. As much HP as you possibly can on your Yoha. Mine's about 36k HP, or 35. I could get more, but if I get more, I have like no ER, so it's not really worth it anyways. So therefore, I'm just gonna run this. It's 35k HP, so we should be perfectly fine. Lots is gonna be about 270 speed, ER, Unfaded Memories, and Open Imprint, and that's really about it for her. And then we do have Bystander Huayang, which is more than likely here just to deal with the Tenebria, right? Other than that, pretty straightforward, right? Not much to really else worry about here. And then bottom team is going to be the good old typical Luna, B-Dom, and Genesis Rast. Again, nothing's changed here. It's the exact same thing you saw earlier. And that's really about it, right? But let's go ahead and lock in, and let's dive right into it. Should be straightforward. Again, surely. I followed the notes yet again. Surely we should be good, right? Alright, Tenebria doing Tenebria things. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't really affect our good old girl Bystander Huayang anyway, so yeah. So, Para's going to do S3. Again, doesn't really matter here in the situation. Now, Freeren's can go ahead and S3 after this, and Freeren should basically just die from that. S3 that we're about to see her rip right here. And let's see it. Let me see that beautiful damage she's going to do. And she's just going to pop. Yep, she completely just pops. Can just land on the Tenebria. If it does, it'll be so much quicker. Ah, we missed. Alright, that's perfectly fine. And doesn't really matter. That's perfectly fine here. We do get the counter. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and honestly, man, let's just go ahead and rip S3. I might as well do this for the abundance proc on our Yoha because we're just going to go ahead and rip Yoha's S3 into the good old girl, Para. But first, Hwa-Young, go hit the Tenebria. We should basically one-shot everything here, right? Hwa-Young should one-shot the Tenebria unless it's really tanky. But even at that, I'll be surprised. Yeah, now Yoha just clicks S3 on the Para, and it should be over, right? We're about 35k HP, and we have the Abundance proc. I highly doubt this Para has enough HP, and she didn't even miss anyways. All right, hey, fine by me. Next, let's go ahead. This one should be much, much quicker as well. Beedong, we just click S3 here. We are going to click S3 on Luna, and S3 on Genesis Raz, and that's about it. That's as simple as that. Now, I could Soul Burn S2 Genesis Raz. I never know if it's better to Soul Burn here for him. And because while, yes, I can Soul Burn the Boss of Runka, I can get rid of her, or I could just save this for their Genesis Raz and have nothing to really worry about. So, that's why I always just rip this right away, right? And let's see it. We should see Setsuka die. The Boss of Runka should live. Yeah, she does live. Alright, their Genesis Raz gonna S2, S3 now. Doesn't really matter. Hey, it doesn't really matter. We have the good old skill no now. And now we are perfectly fine. Funny enough, literally everything survived. That is funny. But again, it shouldn't really matter. Especially once our Luna does take her turn here. This S2 should pop pretty much everything, right? So let's go ahead and rip S2 on the Boss of Runka. If we get defense break, that'd be nice. But I really don't think that's going to happen, right? Nope. But everything does pop besides the Genesis Raz and Boss of Runka. She can rip S3. But again, it doesn't really matter here. So, alright. Genesis Raz doing Genesis Raz things. Doesn't really matter. We go ahead and rip S1 here. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and rip S1 here. Can we kill him? Yes, we do. Alright. Fine by me. And we S1 here. And again, a little sloppy. It's a little sloppy, but honestly, it's perfectly fine. S2 now, because again, we still have our Scarred Covenant. We still have the S2 on our Genesis Raz. So, yet again, there's no way for us to lose here, right? If it was Holy Stack, maybe you can pull some shenanigans, but we're fine. Now we Soul Burn S2 here into S1, and that should be more than enough damage to get rid of him. He just dies to the S2, but very, very clean. And we made up for it. Disgusting first hit, but we made up for it. But other than that, though, I will see you guys later on. Peace out.